Welcome back to another week with the Rockin Interns. I'm Julissa.
And I'm Jayden Santos. And this week we'll be talking about everything happening in Texas Tech sports, including men's basketball, women's basketball, Texas Tech baseball. The football schedule came out, so that's going to be nice. And then the Kansas City Chiefs and how they're going to be on their way to the Super Bowl this week.
It's always a challenge when you don't get to play at home, but it's even harder to play on the road against a team who is ranked higher than you in what's known as the best conference in college basketball. Pop Isaac started the night off really great with a three-pointer to get the Red Raiders on the board. And at one point, the Raiders led by as many as 8 points until Oklahoma went on a 12-0 run that really changed the momentum of the first half. It was a really tough and physical half for both teams, but at halftime, the Red Raiders were only down by 1. The second half was pretty back and forth with lead changes, but around 7 minutes and 30 seconds left of the game, the Raiders were down by 9 points, and then went on a 7-0 run to cut the deficit down to 2. At around 2.1 seconds left of the game, Pop Isaacs made both of his free throws, which then led Tech to lead the game 85-81. And at the last second before the time expired, OU hit a three and the Raiders won 85-84. Chance McMillan scored a high of 27 points. It was a career high, and he went 6 for 8 on three-pointers. Tech also had 3 other players in double digits: Joe Toussaint with 14, Warren Washington with 10, Pop Isaacs with 18, and 13 of his 18 points came just from the second half. It was a great win for the Red Raiders on the road. The Raiders are looking to keep that winning momentum streak alive, but they had a tough loss on the road against TCU. You want to just tell us some of your thoughts about that game?
Definitely. Once leading 27-16 with 7:26 in the first half, quickly became a nightmare for the Red Raiders. TCU went on an 11-0 run to tie the game and stole all the momentum that Tech had built up. The Red Raiders went down at half 36-40. Then came the second half. The Red Raiders fought all game, but every time they came close to taking the lead or tying the game, TCU just managed to break away again. A 5-point game with 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining, TCU guard Jameer Nelson Jr. made 5 back-to-back points to squash any momentum the Red Raiders had. Pop Isaacs, Warren Washington, and Chance McMillan had 58 of 78 points for the Red Raiders. The Red Raiders shot 51.9% from the field, and TCU shot 43.1%. So that was really crazy. The thing that really set TCU apart is they had 32 free throw attempts compared to the Red Raiders' 14. If that's not home field advantage, I don't know what is. The Red Raiders really need to grab more offensive rebounds. We've kind of been out-rebounded offensively all game. We were out-rebounded 4-12, and we had 9 turnovers compared to the 13, so we really need to clean that up. It was a tough finish for the Red Raiders, and we were looking to bounce back next week versus Cincinnati. The Red Raiders are now 16-4, and we're 5-2 in the Big 12 Conference, tied for second. Moving on from Texas Tech men's basketball, the Lady Raiders had a big game last Saturday, and they beat TCU, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, of course. The Lady Raiders really struggled with TCU's defense at the very beginning of the game. In the first quarter, they were down by 11 points. But they picked it up in the second quarter and went on a 15-0 run to take the momentum back of the game. They started up the second half up by 6 points and continued their strong offensive momentum and always led throughout the second half. Their largest lead in the second half was by 12 points. Overall, Tech really struggled with three-pointers this game. The three-point percentage for Tech was 23.5, while TCU had a 65 percentage of three-pointers. The main factor of this game was that TCU had way too many turnovers. They had 22 turnovers this game, which really helped out the Lady Raiders as they scored 25 points off of turnovers. Jasmine Schaefers led the Red Raiders with 19 points as Jordan Merritt followed right behind her with 16 points. Their next game is Saturday on the road against Cincinnati. Their conference record is 5-4, and they are currently number 7 in the Big 12. Moving on from basketball, Texas Tech has a really great baseball team.
Yes,
we got great players, great alumni. You want to tell us some stuff about that?
Yeah, speaking about alumni, just yesterday, Texas Tech's very own Josh Young came to Lubbock with the World Series trophy. He signed 225 autographs. He was all over Instagram. It was just amazing.
It's crazy. You're repping the Rangers jersey right now.
Texas Rangers, won the World Series. Hopefully we go back-to-back.
Right.
And moving on from that, the Red Raiders baseball team, they're coming up, competing in the Shriners Children College Showdown, and they'll open up their season against the Tennessee Volunteers February 16th at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas.
That'll be a
So
good one.
if you're a Rangers fan, if you're a Tech fan, it's your dream. You got to be there.
Got to go. Although football is a long time from now, the Big 12 just released the 2024 football schedule.
It did.
They released it on Tuesday. Now we have newcomers for Arizona State, Colorado with Deion Sanders.
Oh, yeah, prime time.
Utah.
Let's go.
It's going to be a good season for the Red Raiders and everybody else in the Big 12. You want to tell us about our schedule next year?
Yeah, no, for sure. Bringing in, all those schools, bringing in Colorado, prime time. hopefully, I'll bring in a lot more revenue, be able to bring the ratings up,
Exactly.
kind of put some respect on the Big 12. It's all about SEC and Big 10.
Right.
And who cares about Alabama,
Ohio
State,
Texas? Come on.
Don't care about any of them.
No.
But no, for sure. Our schedule, we have 7 home games and 5 away games, so it's kind of like favoring us. Looking at the schedule, looks
That's
like
exciting.
We might be able to make a run at something.
Hopefully.
The football games start August 31st against Abilene Christian, so that should be hopefully a good game, an easy win. And there are 2 other non-conference games, or against Washington State on the road and UNT North Texas. And our conference games start on September 21st at home versus Arizona State. The rest of the conference games include playing against Cincinnati, Arizona. We have a bye week on October 12th. Then we play Baylor, TCU, Iowa State, Colorado at home.
That's going to be a great one. Insane. I might have to come back for that game.
No, me too. Yeah, we're graduating.
We should do it.
How much it costs. We're
we should do it.
We're coming in. And we play Oklahoma State away, and we'll be finishing out the season against West Virginia. So knowing kind of like who we're playing, when we're playing, how many home games we have, what's your prediction on the record? And with the expansion of the college football playoff, is there any chance Tech can make it?
There is always a chance. Come on, there's always a chance you can go 12-0. I mean, I see a lot of, teams on this list, and I'm like, I feel like we can beat them. So we might go 12-0, but I feel like realistically, maybe we'll go like 9-3, which is still a really good record to have. Yeah. What about you, though? What do you think?
Realistically, I think we'll probably win like 8 or 9 games.
Right.
We've had a good recruiting class. We had that 5-star player come in. Joey McGuire's been, killing out recruiting. Todd Brooks came back. Bear Morton. Hopefully he's going to be slinging it.
He will be.
It's going to be a good year.
It's going to be a good football season. Moving on from Texas Tech athletics, we have to talk about the Chiefs and Ravens games. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is a legend. He is just excelling out on that field.
Yeah, he is. Patrick Mahomes does it again. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce helped lead the Chiefs to a 10-point lead at halftime with score 17-7. The Chiefs came out hot scoring on their first 2 possessions. Kelce caught 11 passes for 116 yards and a touchdown because of Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
Has to be. And then running back Isaiah Pacheco added 68 yards on the ground plus a touchdown. He's really, came out. He's been doing a great job throughout the playoffs. The Baltimore Ravens, who scored the 4th most points all season with MVP frontrunner Lamar Jackson, they scored 483 points, and they were nowhere to be found, only scoring 10 points all game.
I mean, at home, too. How do you do that?
At home. And the crazy thing is the Ravens had multiple chances, but literally fumbled them away.
Back to back?
Yeah. Rookie Zay Flowers caught a 54-yard pass to bring the ball to the Kansas City 10. They're going to make a touchdown. If not, they're the best kicker in the league.
Right.
And then he was flagged for taunting on the same play, brought him back. Then moments later, on that same drive, he fumbled the ball near the goal line. And the Ravens ended up with 0 points. So I have no sympathy. They messed up. They ruined it.
They did it to themselves. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have been to 6 straight AFC championships. Patrick Mahomes is now 4-2 on AFC championships. I mean, he's goated now.
He's the GOAT.
He really is.
He's getting close to Tom Brady.
He
not
really
quite, but he's close.
The Chiefs are headed back to the Super Bowl for the 4th time in 5 years. So coming up Sunday, February 11th, Chiefs or 49ers. Who you got?
I'm not going to lie to you. I got the Niners. No, I'm just joking.
You got me there.
I can't go against the GOAT, Patrick Mahomes.
I can't either.
I like the Niners, might have like a better roster, just overall more depth, but he's Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, come on.
You thought after they got rid of Tyreek Hill that they'd go downhill, but they got Rashee Rice, they have Isaiah Pacheco, Travis Kelce.
Back to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Why not come out with the win?
No, for sure. No, I really do think the Chiefs will win. If I had to predict the score, I'm saying it's going to be somewhat high scoring. I'm saying 28-24. What about you?
I'm going to say 34-28.
24-28. Well, y'all don't miss out on the action of that game. It's going to be great. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in for another week with the Rockin 101 Interns. I'm Jayden.
I'm Julissa, and we'll see you next week for more Tech Athletics updates.
And hopefully a Chiefs Super Bowl win.
Yes.
See you later, guys.